Hey everyone, it's Glenn Vegas Backyard Prepper here, and today we're going to do part 2 of the Ozark Trail camping survival kit, and we're turning it from a camping survival kit into an urban survival kit since there's like nowhere to camp anywhere near here. So let's take a look and see what changes I made. Okay, so last week we did a video showing the Ozark Trail camping survival kit. This was actually a subscriber request. A couple people had asked about it, if it was any good or whatever. So we did a rather long video and went through it piece by piece, and I told you guys what I thought. Before I get into what changes I'm going to make, there's one little thing that I found after we filmed that video. The camping fork and spoon has a little whistle on the end. Also has a knife with, looks like a little makeshift bottle opener and a cheesy little saw, which probably, you might be able to cut like some soap or something. I don't know. But the blade's got a decent little edge. I mean, it'd be okay for cutting meat if you're you're cooking or whatever. But putting it all together with the spoon, the little kind of fork, and the knife in one unit, it's kind of confusing because what are you gonna do? You sit here, hold the hot piece of meat with your fingers and cut, and then eat? Seems a little silly to me. So, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what I'm taking out. And then I'll go over what I'm going to be replacing it with. And then, and I'll explain why with all of that. So what I'll do is I'll take out what I don't want in here, and I'll put it next to if there's a corresponding thing that I'm going to replace it with. Okay, so I'm only taking a couple things out. Although one thing I'm kind of iffy on is the little shovel. I'm not going to go over everything that's in the kit again. I did that in the last video. If you want to see what's in the kit, just click on the card right here, and you can watch the video. It's a little long, but I go through it piece by piece. But the item I'm iffy on with this is the little shovel tool that comes with it. I'm still debating, but so if there's room in here after I put in what I want and I can get it to close and everything, then I'll keep it in. Otherwise, it'll go into a different gear bag, because I'm going to keep that little shovel. It's useful, but not so much here in an urban setting. But if anything, it could also be used as a self-defense tool, and as a last resort. So, first thing I'm taking out is the little wire saw. As I said in the video, these things are kind of worthless. I've seen a lot of videos on these myself, and there are people who swear by them. From my own personal experience, these things suck. The only thing that this would be good for is like choking somebody out with. Instead, I am replacing it with the SOG pocket chainsaw, which we have done a different video on, and there, just go through, and that's only a couple videos back, so should you be able to find that. I did a full review on it. The SOG pocket chainsaw is going into this kit to replace the little wire saw. The little first grade safety scissors, these things are coming out and being replaced with a much better pair of scissors. And because the tip is so sharp and pointy, I made sure that I had one that has a little cover so I don't stab myself with it. And then the Ozark Trail little fake Swiss Army knife thing. It just, I don't know, it feels very cheap in the hand. You know, as I said in the previous video, I have a much nicer Swiss Army knife that I actually use. It's not part of my EDC, but I've used these around the house. They actually gave these away at my day job, and it's much more solid. So that will be replacing the Ozark Trail one. And then I'm taking out the mosquito netting. Here in town, we don't have mosquitoes. We're in Las Vegas. There's very, very rarely do we see a mosquito here. The only time we'd see a mosquito is if we go up over the mountain to the lake, or if we go down south to the wetlands park. And odds are, I think the last time I was down in that area was like 3 years ago. So, not necessary, but we're going to take this and probably put it with my fishing tackle, and we'll keep it there so that way when we do go down to the lake, go fishing, we've got it. Now, some other things, let me get rid of these then off to the side. Some other things I'm going to be adding to the kit. First and foremost, especially in an urban environment, a Silcock key. Most commercial buildings have water, and I did a little short prepper tip of the day about this. So I'm putting my Silcock key into my urban kind of survival get home kit. I'm also going to do a couple screwdrivers. Yeah, there's one on here. There's one on the Leatherman I carry in my EDC, but I want something just in case if I'm not the one using this kit, you know, like if the wife's got to use it and she needs a screwdriver, she's got a little bit to choose from. Another thing I'm also adding is a mini pry bar. Trust me, you need a mini pry bar. You never know. If you need to smash a window, if you need to get a door open, to get into somewhere safe, to get under cover or concealment, whatever. Pry bars have a lot of uses. And I'm adding one. And then I'm also adding the first aid kit like we talked about in the other video. Some nitrile gloves. I got one of the little Johnson & Johnson first aid kits and added a couple things to it. I put a packet of bleed stop in. I'm also adding some first aid burn cream and some triple antibiotic ointment packets into the kit. So I'm going to get this in here really quick and let's see if it all fits. The thing I'm worried about the most fitting is this right here. But I'm going to leave most everything else in just because I want to. I mean, you know, flashlight, knife, glow sticks, fire starter, heck, even the little bottle, like the water bottle holder. You know, if I need to, the water bottle I carry with me every day at work. Now I can hang it on my belt hands-free. Don't have to worry about sticking it in a pack, especially since I freeze it. You know, so I'm going to leave that in there. The little fire starters, tinder, the ferro rod and striker I'm going to keep in just in case, you never know. And it doesn't take up much room. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get all this into the kit, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so got everything in here. Let's see if it closes. I put the first aid kit and the gloves here, put the pry bar here, screwdrivers and the little knife here, Silcock key here. I put the SOG chainsaw here, and left the other tools kind of how they were. Oh, and the scissors right there. And left the other tools kind of how they were in the pack when I got it. So we're going to close that up. I wish I had more little like Velcro or like little straps or something to hold some of this stuff in. Maybe just tuck these into the pocket here. A lot of pockets though, so it's just a matter of figuring out how to set it up the way you want. But this is the important test. If it closes without straining the zipper, which it does. All that extra went in, not straining the zipper. So then we flip this over. Buckle it down, and I am taking off the little Ozark Trail patch because I'm going to put my own patches on it. And there we go. Now one last thing I did with this was I cut off, in the other video I talked about how the molly straps were kind of crappy and they came off the snaps with like just the lightest touch of the finger. I had some extra molly straps. Yeah, they don't match. They're OD green, the pack is black. Oh well, you know, who cares. But I put the molly straps on. Oh, and then the little carabiner that came with it is right there. And here we go. So this here, I can either, stick it in the van, or I can attach it to one of my tactical packs. You can attach it to chest rig. If you get one of the thigh rigs that's molly, you can attach it there. Heck, you can even hook it on your belt. Just have it hanging off, in the small of your back. Which I won't do because that's where I keep part of my EDC. But this now is a much more usable pack for me and my purposes and what I need here. So, with a little bit of modification, especially if you've already got some tools and some of the things, it's not that bad of a pack. I left the fork in, because I keep an MRE or two in the cars, so that way then if I do have to get home in a disaster situation, those little plastic spoons in the MREs suck. The sporks, they're horrible. I'm a former Marine. I brought my own stuff with me, and yeah, because the stuff that they put inside there, it sucks. And a baby wipe. You got a pack of baby wipes in a care package. You can use that for just a quick field cleaning. Don't have to waste any water. You're good to go. Anyways, I digress. So with a little modification, it can actually be made into a pretty decent pack. The biggest thing I would say, cut the mollies off, get your own molly straps on it, and then just look at your situation. This is going to be different for me here in Las Vegas than it would be, say, for somebody who lives in the Ozark Mountains. There you're going to need to keep the mosquito netting in it, or some of the other things. that wire saw, get a pocket chainsaw. Even if it's not the one from SOG, get a pocket chainsaw. Those things are so versatile. Anyways, guys, so if you like our content, subscribe to our channel. We're a small home channel. We don't have big production studio, and I know they say this in every video, but it's true. We're literally at my dining room table, in our kitchen. My living room's right there. Kitchen's directly behind the camera. Fridge is right there. We're not a big production. We're a small channel. We would love to grow. Oh, I got a friend. Say hi to everybody. This is one of our cats, Monty. This is my boy. He's a mouser. He catches any kind of little critters that get inside the house. Plays with them a little too much, but he catches them. But we're a small channel, Nothing against the big channels. I love Nate over at Canadian Prepper, Chris at City Prepping, and all of them. Magic Prepper, Full Spectrum Survival, Asymmetrical Preparedness, NY Prepper. All those guys, they are great. Their channels are amazing. I would love to someday be at their level, but we'll just keep doing our thing whether we get there or not. I just want to share our journey in preparedness with everybody out there. So if you like our content, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications, and share us with your friends. We are still going to be doing more videos as to the practical skills. I'm going to keep the weekly live stream on Friday, and that's where we're going to talk about like current events, what to watch out for, and things like that. And we're not going to get into those in any kind of like a daily update kind of thing. I work a day job. I don't have the time for that. So Friday nights, live stream, 7:30 Pacific time. Be there. Hit the notification bell so that way you get notified when I'm about to go live on Fridays. And that's going to be it today for Vegas Backyard Prepper.